Hey, welcome to episode I have no idea of the high fiber diet. This is Kagi, and yeah, I tried recording on YouTube. They won't let me because I don't have enough subscribers. And I tried recording on Instagram, and for some reason, my iPad doesn't like my internet and it blinks on and off. So I don't know what to do. And if you know how to fix that, let me know. It's been a hell of a 2 weeks, so I'm going to go ahead and record again. And yeah, this is a margarita tonight. It's that kind of night. You can see the boxes behind me. I'm in the middle of moving. I'm sitting on a box. I'm getting rid of a ton of things. You're going to see a lot of posts on Instagram or Facebook saying, hey, you want this? That's pretty much where my life is right now. So before I get into the knitting, I'm going to get into the life story. 2 weeks ago, I recorded early, and that was because I had told you I was going to have a interview coming up the next day. Yeah, had the interview. A couple hours after having the interview, they called me back and gave me an offer. A couple hours after that, I talked with Sarge and I accepted the offer. And they said, can you fly out to South Dakota? And they wanted Sarge to go with. So Sarge had to finagle it from his end. I had to finagle it from my end. And we flew out to South Dakota and we spent 4 days there. We arrived on a Monday and got up to the place, found the cabin, and we stayed in the cabin one night. I spent the next day, all day, 9 a.m. until 4-ish, in meetings with different department heads and learning the business and what they would need me to be doing. At the end of all of that, my boss, my new boss, called me into her office and gave me an offer. And I accepted. You know, we signed all that good crap. And there was, there was a snowstorm that was rolling in because, you know, South Dakota in the middle of March, we're going to have snow. And it was going to be worse in the mountains than it was down in the city. And so we decided to go down and get a hotel room on our own, so that the next day I had lined up about 7 or 8 places to look, apartments and houses and whatnot, to look for someplace for me to live if I decided to take the job, because Sarge is currently mobilized and will not be moving with me. I have 3 cats that are going with me and a whole bunch of stuff. I needed to be out there by the 14th of April. So my move date is set for the 5th, and I have movers coming to help load the truck, and then I have people there that will be unloading the truck for me. But it was really funny in looking for houses because the housing market, there we go, rented lips. The housing market is really bad in that area, as in everybody's moving there, so there's very few houses, and when they go up, they're up for just a little bit. Well, I had set up all those appointments the week before. By the time Wednesday rolled around and we're looking at houses, I'd walk up to the house and the real estate agent would meet me there and say, it's been taken. So we weren't looking to buy at this point in time because I want to look around the area, stay there a little bit, find out where I want to live. But it was like, okay, I'm just, no apartments. One apartment was available. It was a 3rd floor walk up. And with my knees, I'm not doing a 3rd floor walk up. Even for a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, or 3-bedroom, 2-bath furnished apartment, I'm just not doing it. Because at that time didn't really matter if it was furnished or not. Because one, I'd take the stuff with me, and the other, I wouldn't. But we did find a cute little 2-bedroom, 1-bath. I was looking to see if I had my phone around to show you, but I'll try and put in a picture over here. 2-bedroom, 1-bath. And it's got a basement So, washer and dryer in the basement, and room for storage. So that's nice. And we kept thinking, what are we going to do? Are we going to get rid of the house here? Are we going to keep it? Are we going to, move everything? What are we doing? So everything was just a huge whirlwind. That had only been a week and 2 days when we were making this decision. It goes fast. Well, settled on a house, found one, signed on it, leased it for a year. And yeah, I leased it that night. We had seen it that day. She sent the paperwork that night, e-signed all that good stuff. And then, we were waiting for everything to go through, and then she'd let me know how much, to pay in advance. And I got that paid when we got back to Michigan, because we flew out the next day. Came home on Thursday. On Friday, we were like, what are we doing? Oh my goodness. But, excited. And it's kind of crazy moving from Michigan to South Dakota with a week's notice. Yeah. That's how our life goes. When we got married, we had 2 weeks to get married before things changed. And so, that's just how we go. It's an instantaneous decision, and most of them have been good. I don't like snow, but I'm going to a place that I wouldn't say it has more snow. It has different snow. Mountain region where I'm not in a mountainous region here. So everything's flat. There they allow chains and studded tires. Here, not even allowed to go down the road on studded tires. It's just a whole different area there. But I will say everyone we met was nice, and every place we ate was fabulous. We stayed at the Alex Johnson, I think it's by Marriott downtown, and that was lovely. They have an area downtown that has all of the president's statues. I don't know if the recent presidents are there, but I know most of the presidents are there. And we went and we got pictures, and of course Sarja's favorite president was Ronald Reagan. So we got pictures with that one, and I got pictures with George Washington, and we saw Thomas Jefferson, and we figure, when it warms up and we're not freezing and playing in flurries, we'll go through and get photos of all of them, and that works for us. But as you can see, I came home and started packing. I've got packing boxes behind me. I'm sitting on a packing box. I've been getting rid of a lot of things that I don't need, and things that, I've had, and they've been nice, but they're not necessary in my life. And in a smaller house, we're just getting rid of stuff. So that's what I have been in process. I do 3-4 hours a day, and then I try to take a break, or, most of the time it's been paperwork that I've been doing, or like today, it was 4 hours between the bank, the post office, and the insurance company, trying to get everything moved over so that we can move to, or I can move to South Dakota, because he won't follow for about a year. So, yeah. So I haven't been knitting much. I haven't been crafting much. I did work on this blanket, and I finished it. It's still damp because I just took it out of the dryer earlier today. I washed and dried, and this was all supposed to be superwash merino and nylon, so you can throw it in the washer and dryer. 3 of my minis, what I did was I took a whole ton of minis that I got from Christmas, and the 2 mini packs that I had gotten, I forget who I got them for. I think one was Box of Goats, and the other was, I have no idea. Anyways, I should have had, I think it was a total of 48, and I have 39 in here, and I'm glad I didn't go further now. So what I did was I carried it along with a cone of yarn that was from Zylinger's, and it was an alpaca nylon silk blend, and that was lace weight. So in carrying it along, all of them have the brown fleck marl in it. And as you go through, no order or anything, I just grabbed. But you'll see a lot of ends if you look close enough, because after I block, here's one of them. I have sewn in all the ends, but I don't cut them until after I block. So it gives time. But as I went through, you see these 3 colors right here? Yeah. And my nails are shot. This whole hand, right-handed, packing, everything. I go in tomorrow to get my nails done. But this whole set obviously was not superwash. Now, I was able to stretch it so that it's the same size for the blanket, so everything is, is blocked. But I won't be putting this through the washer and dryer anymore. It'll be done on a soak because of these. But I do absolutely adore how this blanket's colors came out. And the pattern I used is Granny Chevron from the 200 Ripple Stitch Pattern book. And that is by Jan Eaton, I believe. And it came out nice sized. It's not overly large in width, so it'll go over me on the couch, and that's what this is made for, is a couch blanket. And so it's got some Easter colors, and it's got some that are very much Southwestern colors, and just the way it came out, it is going to be a nice, it's slightly damp still, so I'm dealing with it slightly damp. But it is a nice size to just curl up under on the couch, and that's basically what I wanted it for. So, as that's the brain space I had for, I decided to start a second one. So, out of Polypay Suffolk from Shady Side Farms here in West Michigan, I have 1,725 yards of their fingering weight, and this is mill spun. Yeah, this is mill spun, so it's still, I believe, got spinning oil in it. So it's going to plump up quite a bit. And here's the rest of the colored yarn that I didn't put in that one. And I have started that, but I made it a little bit wider so that both Sarge and I can be underneath this one when I'm done. And so I cast on, it's a multiple of 23 plus 2. So I think I have 6 repeats on this. And I had ordered a bunch of skeins from Knitty McPurley. And it came with the bag. So it's a muslin bag that she has stitched her Knitty McPurley tag to. And I got this bouquet, which is hand dyed by Alexis, age 15 on one. Each one has something different. This one, let's see, hand dyed by Gigi, so age 11. Hand dyed by Gigi again, hand dyed by Charlotte, age 6. So there's a whole ton of different hand dyed buys. But this is my bouquet. And I don't think she's doing these anymore, but of course you can get minis wherever. And so I will put these into a cake soon before I leave. My Swifts are right up there. My ball winders are right over here. Those haven't been packed yet because I don't know where my brain's going to go. And I know I'm 3 weeks out from the move. Just about, I think it's 3 weekends. Easter Sunday is the day I will go pick up a friend that is going to help move. She's going to drive the truck. I'm going to drive the car with the cats. We don't know if we're taking Sarge's car behind the truck in a trailer because he might be getting another car. It just depends. Everything is by the seat of our pants right now, and it's scary and exciting and fun and I have been getting rid of, exercise equipment, spinning wheels. I didn't like my daughter-in-law got the spinning wheel for Christmas. But, you know, mostly what I'm looking at is I was holding on to a lot of my clothes because I'm like, okay, I'm going to get back down into that size. And it's 2 sizes smaller than me. Now, do I want to take them or do I want to get rid of them? I don't know. So there's a lot of decisions there. A lot of decisions in my kitchen. I had a bunch of cast iron that I didn't care for, and then I had my Lodge, and I love my Lodge. So the decision was, I'm packing my Lodge. The Lodge is going with me, and I got rid of the rest of it. I've gotten rid of my little kitchen table. It just, it was less than $100 when I bought it. I don't use the kitchen table all that much. It's a clutter session for me. So get rid of it. And if I want a kitchen table in the future, I'll buy one. We had just bought new furniture. We had decided Sarge didn't like this gray furniture that I had picked out a couple months ago. And yeah, it was okay, but we could sell it. And we had just ordered from a made to order place, and I called them up and said, we need to cancel. By the time you have it done and processed, we're not going to be living in this state anymore. So I'll look for new furniture once we find our forever out there or our for now out there. Right now I'm in a lease, so this little one, the living room is about half the size of what I have now. So this little furniture is perfect for me. And I wasn't the one that didn't like it, so it gets to go with me. I know that sounds snotty, but right now, being married military, you learn to live without the other person. But this is my first move by myself. And in by myself, I mean, I don't have my kids with me. Last time I moved from California to Michigan, my dad was still alive and he drove across with the kids and I. I've never had to move where every decision has been on me. And I'm not saying Sarge isn't part of the decision making. We are talking 3 or 4 times a day, making sure everything is, copacetic with both of us. But there's still, I'm feeling a ton of pressure. And I think the biggest thing was when I called up Mayflower and I called up United Van Lines or Allied Van Lines, I forget which, and I called up 2 Men in a Truck, and I called up a couple others, and I was like, how much is this going to be? Every single one of them came back with about $8,000. You can cough now. No. Yeah. So I talked to U-Haul, and they have a program where they work with people who will load the truck for you and load it correctly. I mean, you pack it up, and of course I know how to pack, but I went to Home Depot and I got everything I needed to pack. I did get boxes from Boo. She had just moved, so I had a bunch of boxes from her. And I rented a 20-foot truck, and I am packing up everything that I can. Sarge will be home this weekend to help with some things. My son's coming over to help. Don't know if the daughter's going to be over, as she is allergic to cats. So her being here and all the dander that's being stirred up is not a good idea. But we'll see each other. In the end, it's supposed to cost under $3,000, and that's with hotel rooms and moving and things like that. So, I'll drive a truck, my friend will or I'll drive a car, my friend will drive the truck. The cost is half of what it would have been, and there's somebody on the other end that's going to unpack for me, not unpack, but unload the truck. And they even said that if I needed the bed set up so that like any of the frames or anything that has been taken apart, they can put it back together. And it just took a whole bunch of weight off my shoulders. Now, I'm not saying there's not a lot of weight, because on top of moving, I'm starting a new job. So, there's a lot going on in my brain that just, it isn't there for other things that I normally have. I'm kind of scattered, but I have my support system and I have my lists, and that helps. I am clearing out the fridge, not going shopping, not ordering anything, not, except essentials. The place that I'm moving into, we have glass doors here for our showers. That place needs a curtain rod and curtains. So I did have to order that. And I'm like, let's go ahead and order it and get it shipped to there for that date so that, I don't have to worry about that. And just little things. We're not taking any of our appliances. The place comes with appliances except washers and dryers. I could take the washer and dryer from here, but they're 20 years old. So we decided that the best bet is to, as soon as I get into town and I have a day down, I have enough clothes that I can go a day or two without a washer and dryer. So yeah, and I'll have it installed and all that. Now, I will have to go down in the basement to do laundry. That's something I loved having here. And also I won't have a dishwasher or a garbage disposal there. But that's okay. It's changes. It's just like base housing. When you move, you deal with what you have. And I know how to wash dishes. That's not a hard thing. It's just the knowledge of everything has to go at its own pace. And I didn't even know if I'd be able to sit down and do this recording and talk with you because it has just been crazy. But I didn't want to leave you hanging that, I haven't pod faded because anybody insulted me. And thank you all for all of the responses that I got, both in the comments and personal exchanges that you've given me. Thank you for all the support. I don't stop because somebody says something bad about me. I'm one, I'll come back at you. You're biting the wrong person because I bite back. Yeah, I don't know where else to go with that. I don't have a gadget this week other than lists and a file folder and keeping everything to go as much as you can. I guess I'm learning my worth, and I'm learning my purpose, and that changes just a little bit. So it changes the way I feel about myself, I guess. And right now I'm seeing people pop up on Instagram saying that they couldn't find me. And I'm seeing that, and hopefully I explained it. YouTube says I don't have enough subscribers. So get your friends to subscribe. I will continue doing this. It might be every 2 weeks. Now that I'm going to be working, it may be on the weekend. It's when I have time. So that's when I will be doing things, and I'm not pushing for anything. It's going to take a couple weeks to get into a new routine, learn the area. Yeah, I don't even know if there is a yarn store in Rapid City. That's how bad it is. I didn't even look. But that's where I'm moving to. So if you're around that area, let me know. I'll be working up on the mountain. So, or I guess in the Black Hills is what it's called. It was glorious. It was gorgeous. It was awe-inspiring. It's a drive that I am going to love every day that it's not snowing, and cuss every day that it is snowing. But that's just me. Tomorrow I'm getting the massage, the mani-pedi, because my body needs it. And I don't care how much packing there is. I'm taking 2 hours and going and doing that. Yeah. So get a hold of me. I'm obviously on Instagram is the easiest way to find me. But I'll talk to you soon. Have a good couple of weeks. Bye-bye.